I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Lavi.
Salty and Chip.
Shout out to the big homie KZ. Been waiting for this for quite some time.
Congratulations again.
Congratulations, sir. Oh, yeah, he's having a kid. Is that KZ?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
When's the due date? Did he say?
I don't remember if he said. I know that, like, a little bit ago he was, like, 7 or 8 weeks, I think, or something like that.
Congratulations, sir. Mashallah tabaraka. All right, so I keep calling this band KZ because he asked for it so much.
I know. I was trying to look it up, and you're like the city KZ. I'm like,
he's got to be. It's got to be like the, like, I don't know. He's had to have at least asked for this thing about 100 times. So,
well,
he asked for it every single review. So shout out to the big homie.
Hopefully it's good.
Hey, this persistence pays off. Mm-hmm. Okay,
squeaky wheel gets the grease.
You just have to squeak for 100 times.
Yep.
All right, KZ.
One, yeah, I know. It's not KZ. It's the city,
Chariot.
the Chariot. One person was like, all right, I'm going on vacation. I'm going to give you all of my requests so you don't think I fell off the map, so you'll know my requests are still valid basically during my vacation.
That's smart.
Yeah.
It's very smart.
Tosco.
Is it Tosco?
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Pick one of them at least.
Shout out to... Yeah. There are like a couple ways to like phrase your request in such a way as to...
It steals our heart. And that is one... Okay, we'll tell you. That's what... Remember how I said there's a few different algorithms?
Yeah.
That's one of them.
That's an algorithm.
It is.
Yeah. Well, we've done a lot of damage to this list here.
Don't show them. They get all...
Somebody's going to... No, I have a speed shot! Yeah. All right, Katie said, let's do it.
No!
just go start.
Go.
It's all in the start. You're only opening a book. You're only on the first line of what's gonna take a little while. I hope you don't hold your breath. Will they revolt like a choir? Listen to languages dead. Why do we speak? Why do we speak? Why? I hope you understand. My brain is fixed. My brain is fixed. Enough is enough, because it cannot be late. Basically, you've been defined as unworthy of love. And I confess, that I have wasted my heart. The shame, unrest, and I pay with my words. You're free to fear. This is just a revolt. This is only a revolt. This is only a revolt.
was some fucking goosebump-inducing shit.
Did you get goosebumps too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I spoke with the wrath of his grace.
Yes!
God almighty. And if I leave this earth tonight, may be said that I spoke my peace.
Yep.
Notice?
Peace.
P-E-A-C. Yeah. Man.
It's crazy because I don't know what they were actually singing about because they said one if by land, two if by sea.
Yeah.
So,
what did you get from that?
Well, there was something, I know that I should know this, but there was something in our history, I think, where the Brits trying to come over toward us, and they said, like, they were supposed to put their lights out, one if they were coming by land, two if they were coming by sea, to warn the Minutemen, the Minute Riders, or something like that, like, run through the town and wake up everybody. But, like, for me, I totally spiritualized this one, which is weird because the last one, like, 2 songs ago, you totally spiritualized. Yeah. But I spiritualized it as, like, you know, this life that we live, like, the Bible says we don't fight against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers of darkness that, you know, wage war against us and stuff. And, like, when I was thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get emotional now. I was thinking about the villagers that have reached out to us and have said, like, you know, like, I'm trying to quit my drinking so much, or, you know, I'm trying to not smoke so much, I'm trying to do, like, lots of, like, destructive things that people, like, patterns that people have adopted for themselves that have become their norm, you know, and, like, whether you believe in the supernatural, obviously we do, so, like, the devil is always out, like, it says that he goes about like a roaring lion seeking whom he's gonna devour, like, he always wants to just basically wreck our lives. And then we kind of have this choice whether we're going to let him, like, help us wreck our lives, or we're going to, like, choose choices that are good for us. And, like, when it, like, the revolt, and, like, this is only a revolt. And then at the end where it was saying, like, man, why does this always happen to me? Okay, at the end, we stand here hand in hand and we walk without fear. This is our revolution. Because, like, according to the Christian, like, theology, like, in the end, there's going to be, like, this big battle, like, and, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I always, like, thought that we were going to fight, like, we're going to fight those, but it's going to be, like, we're going to definitely win, you know what I mean? Because it's going to be, like, the final battle. And then after that, like, Satan is tossed into, like, the great, I don't know, like, maybe this is something that I believe since I was a kid that's not actually accurate. Is that, like, something that you believe? Well, anyway, that's what I was picturing, like, that there was, like, that final battle, and, like, that's it, like, and then, like, you know, we go into, like, I don't know, and then, like, the part was just, like the victory and stuff, because when you think about, I guess I was just thinking about, like, all the ways in which, like, the devil has, like, won, in a sense, you know, like, when people kill themselves, or, like, some tragedy happens because somebody's drinking and driving, or, you know, all the things that happen because, you know, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, it was just, like, that final victory where, like, that's it. And the Bible says, like, death is swallowed up in victory, and, you know, death is no more, and it no longer has its sting, and stuff like that. Like, so that's what I was picturing, especially when he says, I spoke the wrath of his grace. Crazy line. Because when you think of grace, you think of something that's quiet and...
Well, I don't think that you're spiritualizing the song. I mean, what else could it mean?
I don't know.
That's Christian code for sure. Wrath and grace. I mean, that's a.
Yeah.
I mean, that's our subculture. Who else uses that type of language? Band? I don't know if they're a Christian band. I mean, coming from KZ, I doubt it's a Christian band. But I mean, so what I'm saying is, I don't think that you're spiritualizing it. But yeah, it's interesting. You know, we stand hand in hand and we walk without fear. And like I've been constantly saying, that the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is fear.
Right. And
it's our fear of other people that drives us to do the fucked up shit that we do to each other.
Yep.
And it drives us to do hateful shit. Mm-hmm. And
our fear of other people, or our fear of the future.
Fear of other people, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's these Mexicans. That's what's fucking it up. Oh, it's this fear of the other. It's Muslims, and it's just fear. Oh, it's these atheists. They're gonna come and ruin everything. You know, we were built. The atheists are gonna ruin the family. And you're very hateful. You know. Oh, it's the fucking Christians. Look at the. You know, it's like, and so many people have so many, like, you make all these assumptions about your neighbor and the people that you're supposed to love, and it turns into fear, and then you always have people that seize on that paranoia and make you do evil shit.
Right. Right.
So like it's a revolutionary idea to fear no one. You know, fear
But
no
I like
one.
when it says we stand hand in hand
Yeah.
and walk without fear, because it's not like some people are like, I don't need anybody, you know, like I'm a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't have to, they're not like fearful of other people. But this is saying like, no, like we need each other. We're going to walk hand in hand and we're all going to walk without fear. Like that
You want to talk about like
village.
desperate vocals? Good
Oh
Lord.
my word, I know. I was like, yes.
Good Lord. And a lot of times, like lyrically, like you hear people say like this is a revolution, and they say it all calmly.
I
and
know.
shit.
But this
You
is
know,
that's right.
like,
That's what it would sound like. Good.
I've heard people actually trying to take part in revolutions, and that's how they sound.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
Like, I've been up close and personal with people like trying to do some like historical shit, and that's how they sound.
Yeah, that makes.
You know, like, whoo.
I wouldn't follow anybody that was like, we're gonna start a revolution.
Well, it's just lyrically, these guys, calm rose, come violent wind.
Yeah,
That's a good
I didn't
line.
understand that actually.
Well, it's like having that inner peace, no matter what's happening
Whatever's
outside.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
because if you're gonna engage in that type of jihad about ultimate issues, like you gotta have like that. But you know, like if you scroll up where it says, basically you've been defined as unworthy of love.
Yeah.
And it says enough, we can't be late. That's a really important line, you know, because yeah, you have people in our crew that are like overcoming addictions and things like that, but you also have people in our crew that are overcoming this message
Yep.
that they're unworthy of being loved.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's like this is a revolt into the next town, like going over like having this mindset that we're gonna tell everybody that they're worthy of being loved and that they're valuable just because of who they are. Period. Full stop. Nothing that you did. Nothing. It's not a status. Like being an image bearer of God is not a status that you earn and lose and earn and
Right.
lose. Like
Right.
start to finish, from the moment of conception to your till your time is done, and you go back to the Ein Sof. You are
Right.
worthy of love, and
Right.
that's our message. And like it takes a lot of you know, intestinal fortitude to have that message, because people will misunderstand you, they'll misinterpret you, they'll mock you, they'll say this, they'll say that, and then it's like you get that one person that says, when you said that, bang, and you're like, okay, then it was worth all the other bullshit that people. It's worth being misunderstood. It's worth being stereotyped. It's worth being mocked. It's worth all of that because that one person, and the urgency of the moment. You know, like we can't be late.
Right.
Like you can't procrastinate. You know, like it's like it's crazy to us because like we've been in life and death situations with these people that. You know, like we were in a downtown area and like we've been in life and death situations with people, whether it be drugs or violence and whatever. And, you know, God moved us to another place of ministry, and like immediately people started dying, like literally dying. It was insane. Like, like it's so crazy. Like lives are on the line, you know?
It's crazy because there was times where we were like literally just like, you know, like they say, wrong place, wrong, you know, right. You know, we were like at the right place at the right time.
Bunch of times.
When somebody was having, you know, one guy, remember that guy that was walking out into traffic?
Yeah.
And then he kind of got hit, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then, like, he was having some major issues, and the cops show up, and the cops want to bring him in, and it's like, he didn't need the cops. He, like, needed some friends, you know?
Yeah.
And then, you know, we were able to bring him over and feed him and stuff. I got to make meme soup for him.
I
Some
remember.
really special times, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and he kept saying, like, his plan was to kill himself that night.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be there, you know?
Yeah.
But then you have to say to yourself, well, we're not there now.
Right.
So.
And people are dying down
And
there.
people are dying.
Crazy.
Yeah, just.
It's crazy. But,
Sure,
you know.
other people had been more strong.
But you know, it's like wherever you are, like if you feel like you have a message, and I think that like, but see, I think for us it's like this is who we are as people, like point blank, and like to not, you know, people are like, oh, the channel would be so much better if you didn't talk about your religion. It's like they think that the religion is like over here, and then we have this and we have this. It's
That's
like
who we are.
It's who we are as people.
Yeah.
It's like it's trying to tell us to deny who we are so that we could fit in with some subculture.
Nope.
And we're not going to do that. And, you know, and we said it a million times. Like, we never started the channel to talk about God. Mm-hmm. That was never the issue.
Right.
Like, but when we talk, he's going to come out because he's everything to me.
Yeah.
But the revolt, the revolt, because they revolt like a choir. They say the language is dead. Well, then why do we speak? Why do we speak?
Ooh.
Well, it's a Hebrew is supposedly a dead language.
I was wondering if that's what it was saying.
Sort of like a double entendre, you know.
Yeah.
It's like a.
Yeah. The Bible is.
Yeah. Oh, it's all played. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all played out. Blah blah blah. Well, you know, it's still here after thousands of years.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the truths are still there, and it's crazy. Every generation, it's still immediately relevant. Like the first chapter is so fucking relevant for where we are in our country right now.
Yeah.
Like if we could get Genesis 1:26 down, we'd have the reconciliation between men and women. We'd have reconciliation between, you know, immigrants and Americans. We'd have everybody would be reconciled to each other.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be murdering each other by the millions. Like if we could just get this one little played out passage down, we'd have a lot of shit figured out in our culture. You know. I hope you. Go ahead.
So do you believe that there's going to be a final battle between good and evil? Or do you think that battle already happened with Jesus and the cross?
Well, I think it's an ongoing battle, and I think it's a responsibility of every generation to take up the proper arms against evil.
So you don't think that there's going to be one big final battle?
As a post-millennialist, how could you? I mean, I think as a post-millennialist, there's going to be a final rebellion, right? And then Jesus comes and quells the rebellion. But as a post-millennialist, you think that good is dominating the world for 1,000 years, basically.
Yeah.
So then there's this offshoot of people who just refuse to play ball, and they get up and revolt, and then it says, you know, and the Revelation fire comes out from heaven.
I actually thought it was like, you know, like we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, like the principalities and powers of darkness. I thought there was like a final battle between us and them. I hope that you're wrong, because that was like always a very exciting thought to me.
Well, what I'm saying is, you know, it says in Revelation they surround the city, you know, the people that God loves or whatever, but then fire comes down from heaven and consumes them. So it's not like this big drawn out dramatic thing. It's actually pretty anticlimactic. Yeah. Well, because good has been dominating for 1,000 years.
No, I know, but just like to finally like, you know,
well, you see it. Jesus,
the great accuser and like all the ones that have been going after.
Well, yeah,
people,
Jesus
like,
goes and chucks them in the lake of fire.
Yeah,
sure.
I wanted to fuck them up first.
well, if you establish
Viking
the your bloodlust will hopefully you can satiate your bloodlust in different ways. But I think like this is you know, this is really, really good. I really like this song.
Yeah, I do too.
There's the other line where it's like,
whoa, because I saved my money, but I can't save me.
But it can't save me. That was the first time I was like,
it can't save me.
Calm rose, violent wind, the only surrender tonight shall not be our own. Because if I can't save my money, but it can't save me. Maybe there's blood from the past, but it's not for me. They can take away one man and they can take away his might, but they cannot take us all. So that might be a reference to Christ, you know. Blood from the past, but it's not for me. They can take away one man and they can take away his might, but they cannot take us all. No, they can't dig a hole the right size to fit all our dreams. They can't bury me.
Wow.
And we can't hope that somebody else takes our place. It's that responsibility, like, we are responsible for our period of history.
Yep.
You got one segment, you got, you know,
history books written with all of our names.
Yeah. Be it blood, be it ink. Yeah.
At least we're free. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you got the space. That's the thing. It's like, I don't care what view of the world you wanna take. Like, you got 65, 70 spins around this thing.
You're responsible for your slice of it.
You're responsible. You want to, you know, I mean, like, what are we gonna do? What are you gonna do with your life? Mm-hmm. You know, like, it's all about you. all the time, or are you gonna live for something better?
Yep.
But it's like, I love that. Like, nobody can take your place. Like, that's a significant line. We can't hope that somebody else takes our place.
Yeah.
Like, you're here.
Right.
Don't leave it for somebody else to do something. You know?
Yeah, I think like a lot of times, like especially if people like have close contact with you, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna do it. Vin will take care of that. Oh, Vin will take care of that." You know what I mean? But like, no, Vin is supposed to do certain things in his life, and you're supposed to do certain things in yours, and you can't expect that Vin is gonna do those things for you. Like, if Vin has to, if you have to do the thing, like, because I've seen it work itself out, and I've seen you like drop what you're doing so you can go do something that I think that somebody else is fully capable of doing. And but they just, you know, felt, oh, I don't know, I can't do it, blah blah blah, and so then like still less work is getting done, less help is coming out, because you should be, you do you and you do you, and stop trying to be anybody else, and don't worry if somebody does something better than you. Like, just do the best with what you have. And sometimes, you know, lives have been saved simply from somebody smiling or saying a kind word and stuff like that. Like, sometimes it's not that deep. It's just stop being such a fucking jerk all the time and be nice to somebody. You know?
One person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just one person a day.
Yeah.
The other thing about, like, we can't hope somebody else takes our place is, like, that's also a double, because it's like...
Someone did take our place.
Well, it'd be a triple in that sense, but, like, nobody can take your place because there's only one of you.
Right.
And there'll never be another one of you.
Yeah.
Period. Mm-hmm. Like, so it's like... You're irreplaceable. Like, even if I jump in and do what you were supposed to do, it's a watered down, diluted version.
Yeah.
Because I can't do what you can do. Mm-hmm. You know. So it's like this is some like.
Yeah.
This is like the type of jihad that I love. Mm-hmm. Like, this is the type of rhetoric that I love, because it's about, like, you know. Because I'll tell you what, if you've never really looked at a place in an area and said, this place is hopeless, and then thought to yourself, okay, what are you gonna do about it? And, like, if you've never, like, jumped into the middle of that chaos and all that craziness, there's a lot of shit that you miss in life. Because that period and season, as far as we know, is done for us, but man, it was a ride like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, there was excitement and joys like...
Yeah.
You couldn't have experienced if you weren't like that. And there was you were tired sometimes like you were, you know, put in really uncomfortable situations, and, you know, sometimes, like, I mean, you're working with the city people, you know what I mean, and sometimes the smell is just unbelievable, but it's like,
it was insane. But I never got bored of people, like, it dawning on them their value as a human being. And why they were valuable, and why they were worthy of being loved, and the entire state had turned their back on these people, and like, literally, like, these people would die of overdoses, and you would see good or Darwinism and blah 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 blah, and where you'd get some judgmental Christian, you know, basically God's abandoned that place, or you get some fucked up atheist person, well, that's you know, natural selection. Like, it was just the entire city, you know, state had collectively turned their back on these people.
Yeah, they defined them sometimes by their addiction, not by who they were.
Yeah, it completely. And, like, when you're able to show them their value, you're an image bearer of God. Like, you are a representative of God on the earth, and you're never going to lose that status on this planet. Like, no matter what anybody says about you, like, this is who you are. It's like, it was a crazy, like, I never got used to those moments when they actually, like, got it, and you saw
their eyes, like, bright.
Yeah, because you'd say the same thing over and over again every week, but there was just one moment where they said, you know, remember that fight was going down, and then Alex was like, you are not being godlike right now.
Oh, I know.
And they were like, it calmed him down, you know, like he you know, because there was a fight, and surprise, surprise, and then, you know, one of them grabbed the other one and said, "You're not being godlike." Yeah, and that stopped him. Yeah, and it's just like.
And it was cool because he said it in his own way. It's not like you had been saying you're an image bearer of God.
Right.
But he wasn't like, you're an image bearer of God.
Right.
He said it in his own way. You're not being godlike.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
He said, would God do that? Would God do that? No, then we can't do it.
some super, super proud moments watching.
Then he told the other guy, "Get out!
Yeah.
Get out of here!" Oh gosh, human beings, I love you. Oh man, human beings, unbelievable! What an unbelievable thing a human being is, huh? Unbelievable. I love this song. It's a good song. It's another song. I'm gonna take a shower. This is another song that's going into my shower. And I love the way they ended it because it was so raw.
Yeah.
And I love that they didn't like put the pretty shit till the very, 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 very end.
Yep.
It's like let the rawness sit, let the revolutionary talk sit.
Yeah.
And the time for sing, there will be a time for like singing and all that.
Yeah.
But, like now's the time to fucking get your fingers dirty and care about people and respond to a message, return an email. There's so many things that can be done. You know, and of course our village is doing it. You know, whatever their belief system, people are taking care of each other and being good, and it's like we just got to ratchet it up and step it up because like no matter what's going on like outside where people are like, that's the thing, it's like people can't even disagree without like murdering each other now. It's insane. And so no matter what's going on outside there, like we got to be those type of people. So anyway, what do you give the song?
10.
It's a 10 for me.
10 for me.
Really like the song. Thank you very much, KZ. Appreciate you, my guy.
Thanks for not giving up.
Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone. Go do some good for somebody.
Yeah.
Like right now.
Yeah.
Today. Put it in the comment section. I'm serious. Do it. All right. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.
Enough is enough, 'cause we cannot be late.